South Africa originally, and I actually live in Japan at the moment. I currently work doing various things, but cooking, healthy living, and yoga are at the forefront of my career, I would say. So the reason I'm here in Bali is because around 6 or 7 years ago, I did my 200-hour yoga teacher training in India. I approached it in a very classical way, Shivananda Hatha yoga, and I decided to come to Bali, one, because I'd never been here before, and two, because I wanted to experience a different approach other than, I guess, classical yoga in a 300-hour setting. I wanted to learn from other teachers from different backgrounds, different types of yoga, different types of cultures, and I think I just really wanted to experience Bali and all that it had to offer in its spiritual ways. This experience has been rather unique. I started a week later than everybody else, which I really appreciated because I was allowed that opportunity to still join even though I wasn't able to stay for the entire month. The things I've learned from each teacher have been so beautiful. Every teacher has had so much to offer, and I'm still being present and still processing this entire situation. But the most beautiful thing is that I've been brought back to things that I may have already learned that I could have forgotten. And each teacher has, through just being themselves and through teaching the knowledge they have to share, have reminded me to just remain present and to remain in the flow and to really let go. And I think for me, that's been such a beautiful experience and such an amazing reminder. To be honest, I didn't have any doubts or fears before coming to Bali, before joining this training. As I mentioned, I think I did my 200 hours around 6 or 7 years ago, and this is something I've been waiting for years and years and years. And because of COVID, I wasn't able to travel or to take part in something so personal. And also, I really didn't want to settle for an online teacher training, so it was more excitement that led me to come. Nusa Lembongan has been so beautiful, and I feel so grateful to have been here for a month already. Just the ocean, the sound of the waves, the shala specifically, the privilege to wake up each morning and be surrounded so immediately by nature has been absolutely breathtaking. To watch the sunset literally from the doorstep also, it's been awesome. And really to delve deep into a kind of slower pace of life. And this Balinese culture is just something, honestly, I really think everyone should experience. You can learn so much from it, and if you really just step back and allow yourself to be present and to observe and to watch the way people move and interact around you, I think everyone can leave Nusa Lembongan richer than they were before arriving here. What have I most enjoyed about the Santosha experience? Well, Santosha means contentment, to be content, and I think this whole experience, it depends what you come here expecting. I had no expectations, and in this entire experience, the best part for me has been to just flow and to be surprised by the different types of teachers, the different content in the course material, the different things that we've been focusing on. This whole experience has really almost reminded me also in other areas of my life how important it is to just step back and rather than gripping onto experience, just let it be, let it flow, and allow that contentment that we are already just to kind of be manifested outside of ourselves. I don't know, it's a deep question. I have to think about it even more, but it's more of a feeling. Santosha has just awakened a feeling that I think is quite difficult to put into words. Yeah, what's next for me? I just plan to embody everything I've learned and take it one step at a time. I plan to share everything I've learned and been able to digest I plan to share it in my everyday life from moment to moment. It's not necessarily something I need to teach others, it's something I choose to embody. And because yoga is everything, I think whether I choose to teach this moving forward, it's more about just being the example, just being what it is you believe and following that aspect of your heart. So yeah, that's what I plan to do. I think I'm really pleasantly surprised by the diversity in people that have attended this course, and it's been so beautiful to watch people flourish and bloom the way they've chosen to in their own space and time. And I think something that's so different for me in Santosha is how everyone feels comfortable enough to kind of just be themselves in whichever way it is. And even though we're from different countries, different backgrounds, different ages, the common connection is yoga and the love for being present. And I think a specific experience that I can bring up that was really beautiful and new for me was in the sound healing and some of the mantras that we chanted. I've learned a lot of this stuff, but the specific experience I had with the group of people I happened to be with was just something so magical, and I really wish for everyone to experience like an unleashing or a breaking away from the ego in that way. Not necessarily breaking away from the ego, but just that pure like love for others and self in that moment was just mind-blowing, and I think that's been the highlight of my course so far. What do I think makes Santosha special? Santosha is really special because, as I already mentioned, it means contentment. And the course structure is so different to any other yoga training I've ever really come across. And I think within the structure of the materials and within the content, there's almost like this hidden magic that can test you, that can allow you to feel all sorts of different things. And when you're open enough to it, and when you actually look at, wow, I'm on this 300-hour teacher training, of course there's going to be a lot within me that comes up. When you actually just allow that to come up, I've realized that the way Santosha has developed their course structure, it's almost a part of the yoga. Like, it's so beautiful. It's so different to anything that I've come across. Or there's such a beautiful underlying magic within the way that it's structured that I think only once you reach to come towards the end of the course do you realize, like, wow, like even in Santosha itself, I've learned so much. And for me, that's been it's literally this hidden magic. It's beautiful. I think every training you ever want to do will help you in some way or the other. And I think, as with anything in life, if you want to do something, you need to do it without second guessing it, without anything, because only once you do it will you have the initial experience of deciding from actual experience whether it worked for you or not. And Santosha has everything to offer. It's in such a beautiful destination. You have nature on your doorstep. You have people around you that support you consistently. You have a safe space to release or consume energies of your choice. Like, you if some things come up for you, you're able to let go of them. And if it's knowledge you choose or intend to kind of absorb, you have that too. And so yes, go for it. There's no second guessing that.